So let's take a look at making a beer bread using rising flour. Give you the ingredients as we pour it in. I've got 2.5 cups here of self-rising flour. I have a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm also going to add, or actually I did add, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. A little bit of oregano and basil alike, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Pour through this mess here. I've also taken a 1/4 cup of, calls for brown sugar. A typical recipe like this gives it a little bit more of a sweetness, but we're going to substitute a light dried malt extract. That's a 1/4 cup. So now we have in here 2.5 cups of self-rising flour, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We have a 1/4 cup of the malt extract, and I also added a teaspoon of baking powder. Just wanted to ensure that I got a little bit more rise out of the bread, especially since for the fact that I added a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We've got 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 3/4 Italian seasoning, and now beer. And I just happen to have a Sam Adams Light on hand, so we're going to pour that in and slowly mix. Notice no eggs, no yeast. Now once it gets moistened, you don't have to beat this like you would, you don't have to knead it like you would with a typical yeast dough. Looks pretty good. I have the oven preheated to 375 degrees. Take this out. Knock all the dough off. Okay, and use a spatula. I'm taking a longer, a little bit narrower bread pan here, and I've sprayed it with some vegetable oil. And just simply dump the whole mixture in. Now the beauty of this is you don't have to wait for it to rise, you don't have to knead it, you don't have to do anything except get it out of this pot here and into an oven. And enjoy. Just lay it out a little bit. And if you can, make a little bit of a, if I can, a little bit of a track here in the middle. And I got a 1/4 cup of melted butter. Really, you can just pour it all over the top. Looks terribly decadent, doesn't it? That's it. So we're going to stick it in the oven, put it in for, I don't know, around 45-50 minutes or so. Put a toothpick in the middle, and of course if the toothpick comes out clean, we're in business. And here it is, out of the oven. It was in for 50 minutes at 350 degrees. Very nice. Still hot as heck. Came right out of the sprayed pan. So we'll take a taste of it in a little while, and maybe match it with the beer, or maybe a piece of cheese. And there it is, the finished product. It's a nice texture to it. This would definitely be an excellent beer bread. No taste of the malt extract that came through. But all in all, a very quick, a very easy, very efficient bread to make. So I hope you enjoy the recipe. Don't forget, stop by www.beerinfood.wordpress.com for all of our video recipes and more. Thank you.